everyone, welcome to Working On It. I'm Dr. A and I'm a clinical psychologist aiming to make your life just a bit more manageable. Remember, the tools and the tidbits that you pick up on this channel are purely educational. They can't replace therapy, but with practice, they can help you along in your daily life. So let's get started. Today, we'll be working on the all-important, in every aspect of our life, confidence and self-esteem. Again, I say in every aspect of our life because the way we carry ourselves, whether it's confidently or not, it helps us get jobs, it helps us build connections, it helps us make a good impression when we walk into the room, it helps us find a romantic partner. So it is very important, and it is something that we should be working on a daily basis. Because sometimes we feel good about ourselves, but sometimes there's a voice that tells us how we're not good, how we don't measure up, about our looks, about our behavior, nasty things, sort of sits there and bullies us. And like I said, sometimes we can brush it off, but sometimes we latch onto those nasty thoughts and it starts to chip away at the way we feel about ourselves. So where do we begin? Since we know it's so important, it affects us in every aspect of our life, where do we begin to drown out some of that nasty voice that we latch onto sometimes? A good place to start is by thinking of what we do well. You've lived a lot of life, regardless of how old you are, and in that life you have a wealth of experiences, skill sets that you've built, connections that you've made, things that you've excelled at. And when we have that nasty voice, we forget it. So I would like you to literally sit there and make a list of those things. That's gonna go in column 1, the skills, the behaviors that you know you're good at. And if you don't remember what those are or are having trouble coming up with them, ask the people in your life. Trust me, they will be happy to tell you what you're good at. People love giving compliments. It makes them feel good in return. So if you don't know, ask people and compile a list. That goes in column 1. In the second column, you are going to put the characteristic that corresponds with the thing in the first column. So if you say, I guess I like sports and I'm good at sports, the characteristic would be, I'm athletic. If you notice that you like being there for friends and people tend to come to you to tell you about their life or to ask for advice, the corresponding characteristic would be, you're a good listener, you are trustworthy, maybe people see you as somebody who's empathic. So those are just a couple of examples, but think of what you're really, really good at and write down the corresponding characteristic. And it is going to remind you objectively of who you are and how people see you in your life. And that is going to help you drown out that really, really nasty voice that we tend to latch onto that kills our confidence. Give it a try, make that list, and as time goes on, I would like for you to focus on expanding that list by making new connections, by having new experiences, by getting outside your comfort zone. You will be able to add things to that first column and think about, well, what does that mean about me as a person in that second column? Give it a try and have this list be on your agenda as the days go on, as the months go on, as the years go on. It doesn't have to be a one and done kind of thing, but it can help you start balancing out in your mind and having some balance to when that nasty voice comes around. You'll be able to balance it out with all these great things that you and your loved ones know about you. I post videos every Tuesday and Thursday, and in the next video, we'll be working on a 3-minute mindfulness exercise. We've learned about mindfulness in other videos, and I want to teach you another mindfulness exercise, but a really, really short one because sometimes 3 minutes is all we have. right? So we want to preserve our sanity. We want to work on mindfulness and being present, but sometimes we don't have 10 or 20 minutes. So I'll teach you one that takes 3. Please subscribe and hit the notification bell. You will be alerted when new content becomes available so that you can continue on this journey with me and build and build and build on the tools that we already learned together. I want you to practice with the things we talk about, including what we talked about today. And let me know in the comments, what were some of the things that were on your list and what were the corresponding characteristics? Did you find anything surprising by writing down the list about yourself or about the way people looked at you? Let me know. You got this. See you next time.